Hey guys, welcome to Robisearch Limited. I will take you through the property management system. So from this window, this is the window whereby you can be able to view all your properties. Maybe if you have rentals or accommodation for the one that the guests come in, check in and check out. So in this window, as you can see, we have different types of houses. We have some which are green and some which are red. So for this property management system, it enables you to know which houses are occupied and which ones are not occupied. So for the vacant houses, the ones that are not occupied, we have green, and the ones that are occupied, we have red. So that's the differentiating factor between the occupied houses and the vacant houses, as you can see from this window. So I'll take you through the procedure of adding the rentals up to the procedure of invoicing the tenant and viewing the report. So first of all, I'll start by creating the plot. When I click there, you can see I can select the type of the category of the plot. Here I put the name plot ABC 1. Location, I select maybe Nairobi. I select the landlord. Here I input the agent name, and here on the total houses I have to put how many houses are in that particular plot. So you put the number of plots, then you scroll down, tax to be displayed, no tax. Penalty type, I'll put in terms of percentage. This one means that if a tenant fails to pay on a given date, a penalty of a certain amount has to start accruing. So here I'll put 5% of the agreed amount. Okay, now I'll put here the arrears to be displayed, penalties, water, if there are garbages, automatic monthly invoice date. It just means that when the month comes to date first, the system should automatically send an invoice to the tenants. Then we also have the monthly penalty. When it comes to date 5, let the system automatically start calculating the penalty for each tenant who fails to pay on time. Then I click on add. After that, I'll add houses to that particular plot. As I have added, I have plot ABC 1, the one that I've just created. So I'll add houses into that particular plot. I'll come to add new ABC H1. Rent for that particular house, I'll say 15,000. It's on ground floor. Room type, I'll select bedsitter. If you have meter readings, you can input there your meter readings. If you have a standard rate for water, you put here standard rate, maybe 100 shillings represent 1 unit, and the standing charge you put there. The same, you can do the same for electricity and borehole if you have them. Then you click on add houses. So after adding the houses, you have to add charges to your plot. You come to manage house, all plots. Now you can update charges for that particular plot, so that you can be able to know the moment you are sending an invoice what and what should be included. As you can see, I have activated the rent, water, borehole, damages, deposit, and everything that I needed. Now after doing that, I'll update the charges for that particular house. I'll come to this house. This is the one that I've just added, and click more, and I'll update charges. So for this particular house, I just want the tenants to be paying rent 15,000. Then I also want them to pay for water. Water, I'll put 0 since the system has to pick automatically. I also have garbage. Garbage, maybe I have a standard rate of 300 per month. You put it there. After updating the charges for that particular house, I'll come to allocate that particular house to a tenant. Let me select the particular room that I want to assign to the tenant. You can search if you have many houses, so that you don't take much time scrolling through the system. You just type, then you can select if the tenant exists in your database, but if they don't, you can click on this add button so that you can be able to feed the data there. After that, I'll select maybe one Harrison Musila. Current balance, if they have any current balance at the time you are installing the system. If they had overpayment, you put it there. If your house had a deposit, you insert there. Then you click on allocate house. Now after allocating that particular house, we want to send an invoice to that tenant. So what you do, you just come to the particular house, this one, and you click on invoice. You add what you want to be included. I want rent, yes, 15,000. Water, yes, 0. Maybe they have used the water worth 400 shillings, you include there. Garbage collection, yes. Then I click on add bulk invoice. So after adding bulk invoice, you can see from this window how much you have invoiced the tenant, how much they have paid, 0, and the balance. And the system also has a bulk SMS system whereby it sends the message automatically to the tenant, indicating to them they have been invoiced. You see here, dear Harrison, you have been invoiced. So it sends the message to the tenant. They are able to know that they have to pay the rent. Now when the tenants pay the rent, you just come back to the system and you receive the payment. So I'll come to that particular house and receive the payment for that particular tenant. So let me say I've received payments worth 15,000 via M-Pesa. Here I'll enter M-Pesa code, then I'll process the payment. When you process the payment, the system sends the message to the tenant automatically. As you can see down here, the system sends the message automatically to your tenant. Let me see the message that has been sent here. Dear Harrison Musila, you have received your payment of 15,000 on this particular date. Now the system is also indicating for them the balance that they are supposed to pay. So when you come to this particular house, you can also view the house history for that particular house. Just click on it. You can check on payment history. You can check on pending invoices. Now the tenant was supposed to pay 15,700. They have just paid 15,000. The balance is 700. The system is keeping track of all the information that is coming in from the tenants. After adding the plot, adding the house, invoicing the tenant, receiving the payments, now at the end of the month you maybe want to run, or at the end of the year you want to run report to see all the money that you have been receiving from your tenants. So you just come to that place, plot ABCD, you insert the date, from which date to which date, then view statement. Now you can see from that particular house we have Harrison who was supposed to pay 400 for water, garbage 300, monthly rent is 15,000, how much they paid and the balance. You can also view from this particular house which houses are empty, are vacant, and at the end of the day you can be able to know how much rent was collected from all the tenants in case this house was fully occupied, and how much is remaining outside there. Also, if you have any expenses you need to record in the system, you can be able to record them there. So basically that's how the system works. It has a bulk SMS service that enables you to communicate with your tenants. You see here we have been able to invoice different tenants. We have Valentine here who has been invoiced. We have Olo who has been invoiced, and the moment they make the payment, you are able also to see how much they have been invoiced. Thank you.